Y is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Hello, Y listeners. It is just me right now. Heidi is on vacation. I I'm not sure where. I want to say a Carolina. I don't know which one. So this is a special episode of Why that we weren't planning on releasing now. We had about 6 months ago, 8 months ago, interviewed Tawny Kitaen and talked with her about her life, her career, and had a really great conversation. And the audio is not great. We were going to try to do some fixing on it. It just never came to be. We had a great time talking with her. She invited us both over to make cheesecake together. Her and Heidi had actually made plans to hang out the next time Heidi was in LA. And she was just a really, really nice person. We talked to her for maybe 45 minutes, and she was nothing but funny and charming, and just it was less an interview and it was more of just a really fun conversation, which is what we always hope the show will be. We can't pretend that we knew her closely or beyond those 45 minutes, but spending that time with her was really great, and she was wonderful and incredibly warm and welcoming to two idiots who pretty much emailed her out of the blue. So with that all in mind, we wanted to share with you the entire audio of our interview. It's not perfect, it cuts off, but we thought it would be the thing to do to pay tribute to Tawney Kitaen and say thank you for giving us a little bit of your time. Vaya con Dios.
This is Why, with your hosts, Heidi Hedquist and Luke Poling.
How is this thing not working? All right, let's just go. Let's just
Okay.
forget my ear headphones. I'd rather listen to it anyway.
Perfect. All right.
Okay, there it worked. As soon as I said that, you guys came on. Yay!
Wonderful.
All right.
Okay.
Yay! Let's do this. Woo!
Oh.
Ready. Ready.
So, I mean, I'm trying to think, like, what do you describe?
Tough question.
I know.
I know, right?
Tough question.
We're really showing you the pros we are today.
I'm almost afraid to answer it right now, and it hasn't been posed to me yet. So,
Right. I guess, how would you describe your career and what you do? Because I feel like you're known for all of these things that aren't sort of what you started out in, or what were you trying to get to with your career?
Well, that's a good question. I don't think I never thought I would reach the pinnacle that I reached, for me personally. I didn't think that was going to happen, but at the same time, there was this just shy little girl inside of me that went, well, of course that's going to happen. What else are you going to do? Work at Burger King for the rest of your life? No. You're going to get out there and you're going to work, and you're going to work hard. And I did, and I'm so grateful that I did. And on the other hand, I wish I would have stayed in school, and because I wanted to be an attorney. And a baker.
And a baker?
And a baker. You can't sell, like, I make these cheesecakes from my bubby. I got the recipe from her years and years and years ago as she came over from Ellis Island. And so I got the Jew cheesecake, if there ever was one.
My
I got
favorite food
so,
on the planet. You have to go into your cheesecake. You have to make it a business so I can try your cheesecake.
Oh my goodness! But you know what I heard? I heard that you have to have a license to sell. Like if it's cold and it needs to be refrigerated, you need to sell that the license for what's it called? Not green. When you want to send something over by cold ice, what's that stuff called?
Oh, like the dry ice or the
dry ice, because it's a chemical, and so
right.
you can get in a lot of trouble with that stuff.
Oh yeah, we don't want that.
No.
So
I'm
very
sneak
excited
over to my
about
house
this
and I'll give it to you.
I totally don't offer that because that'll happen.
Okay, come on over. Come on over, baby.
I love it. Would love it. That would be a dream come true. To hang out with you and eat cheesecake would be like the coolest thing ever. It'd be like the best girls' day.
Where are you?
I'm in Detroit right now, but
oh, you're in Detroit. I was going to say, can't you sneak away?
I know. Well, once we can travel again, I'm gonna hit you.
Okay. Oh, that's true. That's true. I'm not sneaking anywhere. You're right.
No, we'd get in more trouble than not having a license.
Yeah, exactly.
So what was the first, so you were born in San Diego and then went down to LA, or how did you, sorry, it's an East Coast thing.
It's a West Coast thing too. Like we don't say we're down from LA. LA is up from us.
Okay. So now the order for
fascinating.
Because you were friends in high school with trying to remember his name now. I'm blanking.
Robin.
Yes, Robin from Rat. And so you were on a couple of their record covers.
Uh-huh.
And where does that put you on when did that come on the timeline? Was that before Bachelor Party or after?
That was I believe it was after. I don't know for sure. It's been so long, I completely forgot. But I remember the second I landed from Paris, from Gwendolyn, the movie I shot in Paris, Gwendolyn. As soon as I landed, touched ground, my agent called me on my phone and said, "You've got to get over to 20th Century Fox. They're screen testing you for a movie called Bachelor Party."
Wow.
And I was like, "Oh, I'm too tired. I can't. I'm flying all the way across the country. I'm not. Are you sure they want me to screen test for this? It's ridiculous." And they did, and I got it, and I'm glad I did.
Oh my gosh! I mean, those years between from that movie, obviously the album covers, and obviously what evolves with David Coverdale and Whitesnake, and I mean, you're not only an icon of the era, you are the ultimate icon of the era. That had to be a whirlwind few years, and I can't even imagine how
yeah, it. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm cutting you off. Go ahead.
No, it's okay.
More important than me.
You go, and then I'll answer your question.
No, how do you, when you look back on that now, do you look back exhausted? Do you look back proud? What do you think? And I know to this day, people like us are still asking you about it and reminiscing about it. How do you feel when you look back on how you paved the way?
Well, that's a very, very good couple of questions in one. So very, very good questions. I think now that I'm a little older and I realize that it's not going to go on forever, and I complained about it when I was younger, and gosh darn it, I don't want to do this anymore. And then you get used to it, and it's like, wow, I set out to achieve something that I didn't know I was going to really be able to manifest. And it's incredible. Thinking about what you want to do and actually have it come true.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's very interesting, because you used to hear that all the time. Just think about it, and then things will happen and they'll come true. And that doesn't happen all the time. Of course it doesn't. But right. It does happen a lot of the time.
Well, that's one of the things we see so much with our guests, and it doesn't matter if it's, an icon of pop culture like you or Chris Franz or Susie Quattro, or if it's someone who is a sex coach or someone who is a naked skydiver. People,
Right.
these things do happen. And when you just, believe it and will it and don't let anybody derail you from it, amazing things do happen. And dreams, no matter what they are, can have, it's fantastic. So
true.
When you look back on sort of everything you've done thus far, because obviously there's still a lot yet to come, what stands out most to you as the thing that you are most proud of in your career?
That's tough because the thing that I'm most proud about, it's going to sound trite, but is my kids. My kids are obviously the most important things, and in my career and everything. And yet, my kids don't. My kids are so great. They act like I didn't even have a career.
Of course,
they're just like they don't want mom's head exploding. So it's like, what career, Mom? What? I'm sorry, what career? Like, what, you did a what movie? You were in a commercial?
Uh-huh.
It's so funny because your kids just keep you humble.
Oh, yeah. I love in your YouTube video when you said your daughter moved out and was like, wait, you turned our house into a strip club, but as soon as I moved out, great.
She did. She literally walked into her old bedroom and she goes, and it turned to her friend and she goes, this is what happens when I leave my mom's house. She turns it into a strip club. And she's got such the driest sense of humor. She's hilarious. And I thought, and at first I felt bad, but then I thought, maybe I should put up another pole and just keep putting up poles, and all us girls can just freak out and do a strip dance.
Totally.
Right? With no guys.
Right?
No guys.
Yes.
Just girls.
No. Yes. I love it. I think that's a great
because
idea.
if the guys joined us, as you know, they would have to pay such big bucks. I don't even think they could do it.
This is true. This is a very good point. I like this plan.
Thank you. See, you're picking up what I'm putting down.
Yes, I love it. I'm totally on board.
Can you talk a little bit about the YouTube series you've been doing? Like, how did you come up with the idea? How did you get started on this?
Well, ironically, I started it before the corona virus took place and switched our lives around. And I did it just because I didn't want to do a podcast because I feel like there's so many podcasts going on. I don't even know what to call what I want to do because I don't. I mean, am I running from the police? Am I painting all the time so you can watch me paint? We can talk about. I love people asking me questions that aren't in the business because they come up with some really interesting questions that, like, you guys are professionals. You guys know what to ask. But I love these questions that people just come up with, and you're like, where did you come up with that? That is fantastic. But yeah, I do enjoy it. I enjoy it very, very much.
Nigel, is that you? Are you here, Nigel?